I would like to give a lecture on the signals and systems. So here, what are the standard continuous time signals? So already know that what is the signals and systems, which is in a previous lectures. Now, I'm going to talk about the what we call standard continuous time signals. General continuous time signals we have generally 10 or 11 we used to take the continuous time signals. So here in this connection, just we are going to go through this the standard continuous time signals. So which is generally the impulse signal. Impulse signal means generally impulse signal have the maximum value at the 0 level, and the rest of 0 either in negative and positive sides it comes to the 0. Right? Only a short duration with infinite value. This is called the impulse signal actually. The impulse signal is a signal with infinite magnitude and zero duration, but with an area of A. You say that the mathematically which is represented by the signal impulse is defined like this. Generally, integral of minus infinite to plus infinite del of t into dt equal to A. That is the area actually. So now the impulse signal it can be indicated by del of t is equivalent to the infinity, where the t value equivalent to the 0. That means shown in the figure, just to see that this is the actually where the dot is here 0. It have the maximum value that is equivalent to the infinity. So this is the impulse signal. But you used to take a unit impulse function, for example. You say that the unit impulse function, which is with the infinite magnitude and the 0 duration like this. At the time 0 axis, which we have the maximum value that is equivalent to the infinity. So therefore, the mathematically indicated here the unit impulse function del of t is equal to infinite at t equal to 0. This is the unit impulse function where the t axis value which is at the point 0, that the value is 0, t equal to 0. At this moment the maximum value is there, that is the equivalent to the infinity. But you will come to the other, if you will take a positive and negative sides here and here, this side and this side, we have there is no value, there is no amplitude, there is no magnitude. So that indicates the t is not equal to 0. Then the magnitude is 0. So therefore, it may be considered as minus infinite to plus infinite del of t into dt equal to 1. This is the unit impulse function. If we will take some particular area, you say that A, B, C like that, the up one is there, upward one, which is the minus infinite to plus infinite del of t into dt equal to A like this. This is called the impulse signal. Now we will go to the step signal. What is a step signal generally? It may be start at the 0 level, 0 point. Less than 0, it have the no signal, that means 0. If it enters the 0 level, it should comes to the maximum amplitude, which will be continue up till infinite time. So therefore, here the step signal which is indicated here in a mathematical way, just to see that this is the step signal. Here you say that the magnitude which is at the A, so therefore x of t is equal to A, which is equivalent to the x of t equal to A. So A is continue up to the end, so infinite. So therefore, this tends to like this, A where t is greater than or equal to 0. If you are coming to the next, if it comes to the 0, I mean below 0 it have the 0 magnitude. So therefore, this is the condition. This is called the step signal. That means it have the variable is there, step signal. If you are coming to the unit step signal means the value equal to the 1. So therefore, here x of t is equal to u of t, and which is equal to 1 at t is greater than or equal to 0. If other condition, whether it comes to 0, then t is less than 0. That means this figure indicates that the unit step function, you will observe here the figure 1 and figure 2. The figure 1 is a step function with somewhat the variable value, but we will coming to this, the figure 2, which is the 0, it coincides with the 0, then automatically the maximum value comes to 1. So this is about the step signal. So this is the very important standard continuous signals. The signal will be continuous from the 0 to end of the time. So this is about the impulse and the step signal. Now we are coming to the ramp signal. Ramp signal means this is just like the figure shows that this is the ramp signal. You say that the ramp signal consists, it should be increases slope. That means the ramp signal is defined as x of t is equal to the at, where t is greater than or equal to 0. So it should be start from 0 to 1, 2, 3 like this towards the t axis, and the magnitudes also which will be increases a to a like this. So that means the x of t is equal to at. If at, if you will say t is greater than or equal to 0, if the t value is 1, you say that a into 1, a only. If you will take a t value is 2, for example, then 2 into a, 2a. So therefore it shows like that this is the ramp signal. Unit ramp signal you say. Unit ramp signal means both sides will be the numericals, you say that 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 like this, t and x of t axis. So here x of t is equal to the one where t is greater than or equal to 0, and otherwise it comes to 0 when t is less than 0. This is about the ramp signal, and the figure B indicates that the 2.5 figure you say here, it is the unit ramp signal. What is the difference between them is, here you say that unit means 1. So therefore unit ramp signal which is indicates, but here it is a variable ramp signal with a 2a, 3a like this. That is the main difference. And now the continuous signal of the parabolic signal. Already know that the parabolic y square is equal to 4ax, that is actually paraboloid. So now y square equal to 4ax, where the parabola already know that in mathematics. So similarly used to take a parabolic signal, how it is defined here, which is indicated by at square by 2. For example, used to take generally, so what is the x of t, how you are going to take? For example, the t is equivalent to the 0, what happened? T is equal to 0 means x of t equal to 0. If t is equal to 1, then we will apply here a by 2 it will come. That means the 0.5a. So therefore here it indicates the 0.5a here. And similarly, if we take at square, if t is equal to 2, if t is equal to 2, then 2 square equal to 4, 4a by 2, that is equal to 2a. Then this is the 2a. And the third, t equal to 3, 3 square equal to 9, 9a by 2, 4.5a. So this figure like this. This is about the parabolic signal definition, which is at square by 2. So which will be relates with the time function, where the time function is always greater than or equal to 0, then to have the value x of t. So therefore this is called the at square by 2. And now otherwise the signal, it comes to the 0 and t is less than 0. So now you take another unit parabolic. That means in this figure we have some variables, but now you used to take the unit parabolic signal means instead of a you say that 1. So you will get the values is similar formula t square by 2, you say that is the unit parabolic signal. So now you will take the t square by 2 where t is always greater than 0 and otherwise it is 0, t is less than 0 condition. So this is the figure 2, which is indicated like this, 0.5 to 1, 2 to 4.5 to 3 like this. This is unit parabolic function. Now you used to take the another unit pulse signal. You say that the unit pulse signal, this is also a unit pulse signal which is indicated by the x of t equal pi of t, you say that. So here this is a cosine function, you say, with the time the half and minus half like this. So therefore this function u of t plus half and u of t minus half, u of t plus half minus u of t minus half. This is a signal, even signal, you say like this. That means generally used to take x of t is equal to x of minus t. So for that formula just to take the function x of t is equal to u of t plus half minus u of t minus half. And now sinusoidal signal. So this is the two types of signals will be there generally. One is the cosinusoidal signal, other one is the sinusoidal signal. If you coming to the cosinusoidal signal, and it can be defined as the x of t is equal to a cos of omega t plus phi. So similarly used to take the where x y omega naught is equal to 2 pi f. So therefore again used to take what is the 2 pi f naught? F naught frequency is the reciprocal of the time. So therefore 2 pi by t, this is called the angular frequency in radians per second. So therefore f naught is equal to the frequency in the cycles per second, or you say that hertz, you say that is the frequency. So now the t is equivalent to the time period in seconds, already know that. So therefore where phi is equal to 0, then x of t in that formula just we applied, phi equal to 0, what happened? A cos omega naught t. Phi is equal to positive, so therefore a cos of omega naught t plus phi. If it is a negative, x of t is equal to a cos omega naught t minus phi. So this is about the cosinusoidal signal, which is the phi variations. So therefore if it is a phi equal to 0, a cos omega t, phi equal to positive, so a cos of omega t plus phi. If it is a negative phi, so a cos omega t minus phi, like this. So now we will take a sinusoidal signal second. How you are going to take the sinusoidal signal? The similar way you say that the sinusoidal signal here, so a sin of omega t plus phi, where omega is equal, omega naught equivalent to the 2 pi f naught, where f naught is the 1 by t, so therefore 2 pi by t. That is angular frequency in radians per second. So now f naught is the frequency in cycles per second, or hertz you say that, where t is the time period in seconds. So now again you used to take the phi is equal to 0, what happened? A sin omega naught t. If it is a plus, a sin omega naught t plus phi. If the phi is a negative, then x of t is equal to a sin omega t minus phi. So this is the continuous signals of the cosine and sine functions. Just to observe that the first one is a cosine function. Cosine function means this is the even function. Even function, that means you say that the phi equal to 0, which is indicated a and minus a, this is amplitudes, and this is the cosinusoidal signal, like this. And if we will take the phi value should be changes, this is that phi equal to 0, the first figure indicates that, this is the figure 1 indicates that phi equal to 0, and phi is the positive, then what happened? It comes to the negative side, like this. If the phi is the negative, then it shift to the positive side, like this. So this is about the cosinusoidal signal. Similarly, used to take for the sinusoidal signals, if we take, this is a little bit different to the cosine function, the 90 degrees apart to the cosine function. So cos 90 minus theta or cos 90 plus theta, you say that, then cos 90 minus theta means what? Sin theta. So similarly you used to take this the first figure which is relates to that, and it is a sinusoidal function. If a phi equal to 0, exactly the odd function is there, x of t is equal to minus x of t, minus x of minus t. But previously what we have, x of t is equal to the x of minus t. So this is the basic difference between these two. So now you used to take the, if the phi value is a positive, then similarly it should be shift to the left side, and which is less than the 0 level. If you coming to that, the what is the phi is a negative, then it is shift to the right side. So this is about the sinusoidal at 0, phi is 0, phi is positive, and the phi is negative. These three signals, the main differences between cosine signal and the sine signal. This is the continuous time signals also there. So now used to take, and again we use that the next one is the sinusoidal signal, already know that. So now used to take, this is the exponential signals. How you are going to take exponential? Exponential signals means the real exponential signals is there, and the imaginary exponential signals, like you say that complex exponential signals, and the decay and what we call, this is the, again other one is what, decay or exponential, like this. So therefore here the real exponential signal, which is defined as x of t is equal to a e power bt, where a and b both are the real terms. Here you say that the b is a positive, the signal x of t will be exponentially rising, right? If b is a positive, then the signal is exponentially rising, and when the b is a negative, then the signal will be exponentially decaying. What is the raising and decaying? Already know that. If you will take a raising means, just you will take, the signal will be like this. If it is a decaying means, the signal will be like this. These two signals is relates to this. This is the exponential signal. So here just you observe that here how the signal, whether it is a positive, whether it is a negative, like this. If you will take a real signal, then you observe here, this is the B is positive, then the signal is increasing like this. If a B is a negative, the signal decaying like this. So similarly used to go for the exponential signal, which is exponential signal with a complex function, complex signals. Just will take the complex exponential signal is defined as x of t is equal to a e power j omega naught t. So therefore here the omega naught is the 2 pi f naught, where f naught is the 1 by t, already know that 2 pi by t. So the angular frequency in the radians per second, so therefore f naught is the frequency in cycles per second, already know that. So where the t is the time period in seconds. So now we used to take generally the complex plane, which is indicated like this, real and imaginary axis. The diagram is shows like that. The complex function, complex exponential signal, it can be represented in a complex plane by rotating a vector, which is rotates with a constant angular velocity of omega naught. Just to observe that in figure, just to see that this is omega naught, how much the varying the angle from the positive real axis towards to the this side, imaginary axis side. So therefore that is indicated by the omega naught radians per second, that much of angle, that is angular angle, whatever it may be, right? So the complex exponential signal can be resolved into the two parts, one is the imaginary, one is the real and other one is the imaginary parts. So here how we are going to make the what is the splitting of real and imaginary. So here x of t is equal to a e power j omega naught t, generally used to take, which is a as it is, but you say that a e power j theta equal to cos theta plus j sin theta. So that formula should be applied here, then you will get here what the a of cos omega naught t plus j sin omega naught t. So again you used to take a should be multiplied to this, and you will get the a cos omega naught t and j sin omega naught t like this. So now you used to take what is the two parts here. One is the without j term, other one is the j with j term. Without j term is called the real part of the x of t. So therefore a cos omega naught t is the real part, and you say that the imaginary term which is indicated a sin omega naught t, that is called the imaginary term. From the above equations we say that the exponential signal, which is the vector sum of the two sinusoidal signals for the cos omega naught t and the sin omega naught t. This is about the complex exponential function, which is indicated like this. So here this diagram exponential function of the complex signals. So now we used to take again which is taken to the account here, and so here exponentially a rising or a decaying a sinusoidal signal, you say that the exponentially rising or decaying sinusoidal signal, which is defined as you say x of t is equal to the a e power omega naught t, which is sin omega naught t. So therefore omega is equal to 2 pi f naught. So 2 pi by t, which is angular frequency, you say that. So now f naught is the frequency of the cycles per second, or you say that hertz, whatever it may be, and t is the time period already known. So here a and b, where the a e power bt is there, a e power bt sin omega naught t. So in this a and b terms, both are the real constants. Where b is a positive, the sine signal x of t will be exponentially rising sinusoidal signal. When the b is a negative, then the signal x of t will be exponentially decaying the sinusoidal signal. So this is about the exponentially rising or a decaying of the sinusoidal signals in a continuous time signals. So now one more, this is the best configurations of exponential sinusoidal signal and the decaying signal. Both will be shown in figure 2.13 and 2.14 respectively. Just to observe that here x of t is equal to a e power bt sin omega naught t, where b is a positive, then the signal will be increases like this. If we will take another x of t is equal to a e power bt sin omega naught t, where b is a negative, then how will say here the maximum signal is there, which will be go down towards to the zero level. This is exponentially decaying signal. This is the main difference between the exponential rising and the exponential decaying sinusoidal signals of a given function or given signal, you say that. Now the triangular pulse signal, this is the triangular signal which is indicated in figure. This is the triangular pulse. You say that the triangular pulse signal is defined as x of mathematically operation, which is x of t is equal to del a of t, which is equal to 1 minus t by a, where t is always less than or equal to the a condition. Then if it is greater than a, what happened? 1 minus some more than one value, then the value comes to 0. If it is less than or equal to the a, then the less than or equal to a means what happened actually? If it is less than or equal to a, that means it is at the 0 level. If it is less than or equal to a t value, then what happened? Minus a, like that a cancel, minus or minus plus, minus and minus, minus or minus plus. So therefore it has some value, numerical value. If you coming to this, if it is greater than a, what happened? Greater than a means 1 minus of above 1 value. So it should not get the signal. So therefore it is 0. So this is about the triangular pulse signal, which is indicated in the figure. Just to observe that. And the signum signal. Signum signal means a signal is defined as the sign of the independent variable t. So, okay, we will go through this. This is the signal. You say that it is defined as the sign of the independent variable t. Therefore, the signum function can be expressed as a signum of t is equivalent to the 1, where t is greater than 0, whether it is 0 for the t is equal to 0, and it is equivalent to the minus 1 for the t is less than 0. So therefore, which is shown in figure here, just will take the 3 conditions will be there. The 3 conditions, first is the t is greater than 0. This is, if it is the t is equal to 0, that means exactly at this point, 0 level point. If it is the t is less than 0, that means the signal is like this. So therefore 3 conditions is giving the signum function, which is indicated the 3 levels, whether t is greater than 0, what happened, t is equal to 0, what happened, and t is less than 0, what happened. The 3 conditions will take into account. So now we will coming to this sync function, sync signal. Sync signal is also defined in the sync of t. You say that what is the sync of t? Generally sin t by t generally, where the t is in between minus infinite to infinitive. So therefore, which is with respect to the time. So here it is the signal which shows the sync signal like this generally. Here you say that maximum at the 0 level, and it should be downfall the second, third harmonics like this. So this is sync signal, which is indicated by sin t by t, where t is in between minus infinite to plus infinite values. So now the Gaussian signal which is defined as x of t is equal to j of t, which is equal to e power minus a square into t square like this. So just you observe that here, this is the in between the minus infinite to plus infinitive. So therefore this is a Gaussian signal, which is very, very important, which is generally used in a communication system. Always the digital communication, we go through this, the Gaussian pulse and all like. So now this is about the total signals are very important things, standard continuous signals, which is you say that the what we study standard continuous time signals, which we use to take the impulse signal, step signal, as well as other one is the ramp signal, as well parabolic signal, and the unit pulse signal, and the sinusoidal signal, cosine signal, exponential signal, as well as other one is what is the other? The triangular path signal, pulse signal, as well as exponential, rising by decay, sinusoidal signals, sync signal, signum signal, as well as the Gaussian signals. These signals we reviewed, we discussed all these signals, very important for the further steps in the signal system subject. Okay, this is preliminary things required for doing a lot of problems in signal processing, communication, everywhere it is used. Okay, thank you for watching this video.